The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everybody. Great to see so many of you already on the call and a few more coming through. Just quickly, I want to make sure each and every one of you can hear me. Are you able to just comment that you can hear me at this stage? You can just take a moment to click in your comment box that you can hear me, then we can get started. Yes, maybe? Nothing's coming through. Can you hear me? Alrighty, let's get into it. So thank you so much for being on this call this morning. It's great to see so many of you on the call. If I could just take a moment to make sure that you put your phone on silence, and if you've got any applications currently on your computer that's open, especially something like Facebook or LinkedIn or anything like that, or your emails, if you could just close those applications, because I don't want any of you getting disturbed and any issues coming up where you sort of get sidetracked and wander off onto something when you can be really focusing and being present on this webinar. Alrighty, so if we can get started, just want to make sure again, can you hear me? Yes? Okay. Alrighty, so that being said, let's get straight into it. Now, welcome to the 7 Golden Rules to Master in Marketing Your Business. I'm Samantha Jansen, and I'm going to take you through over the next 60 minutes or so on the 7 golden rules that you need to follow step by step in order to make sure that you are really mastering how to market your business effectively and, most importantly, successfully. So that being said, let's get straight into it. A little bit, there's quite a few newbies on this webinar that don't know much about me, so I'm going to give you a quick run through of who I am, what I've been doing, and a bit of my backstory. So I've been in business coming up to my 4th year now. I had a business that didn't quite work when I first started, and hence I went on the journey to finding myself a marketing and a mindset coach, and my world just transformed. Fell in love with everything marketing, and then pretty much that's how Platform for Success came about, and that's why now for the last 3 and a bit years I've been specializing in marketing for startups and small business owners. So really looking at how you can generate more leads for your business and make more money, because let's face it, we're in business to make money. So as you can see, I'm an author, a speaker, and a marketing strategist. Published it was more so of a co-authoring book that I went down on the journey last year. It wasn't about business, it was on having the right mindset in business. I've also got my own book coming out at the end of this year. Now, I can't reveal the title just yet, because obviously I need to protect some of that before I sign off on contracts and all that sort of thing. So more of that later in the year. I've also been featured in some promotional material for the City of Casey and the Casey Academia Business Hub, and also got some publicity through Motivating Mums, which is a networking event that runs all across Melbourne and actually Australia-wide. I've spoken at Motivating Mums events last year, but also have been nominated as a brilliant business mum. I also have a community on Facebook called the Business Talk Show. So the group has currently about 300 plus members, and yeah, it's slowly getting there. It's quite new. It's been only probably around for about 6 months or so, so fairly new. But the goal is to actually have people engaging on this group and interacting with one another. That being said, you can, for those of you that are new and don't know what I look like, that's a recent photo of me taken about 4 weeks ago when we were down in Phillip Island. I was doing some business planning. So yeah, you've got a bit of a quick rundown about me, and I've come with 9 years in superannuation. So before I was a business owner, I was working in superannuation in the corporate world for 9 years, and then threw in the towel and started a business. So Some say very daring, some say I took a lot of risks. Yes, if you are in business, it's all about taking risks and really stepping up to become the best version you can be while serving others. And I'm also a mum to two little ones, a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. All right, so that's pretty much sums up who I am, and I've given you a bit of a backstory. Let's get straight into it. So what we will be covering today: having a clear image of your target audience, being specific on what you're offering your audience, having a strategic plan for the duration of your campaign, a budget for every campaign, planning your marketing campaigns. That's what I really drill into people. So I'm going to cover that in a bit more detail. Having a tracking system to measure your ROI, choosing your marketing vehicle. So whether it's Google AdWords, whether it's social media, whether it's direct response marketing, whatever it might be, looking at what platform is ideal for you to drive traffic to your business. Now, once you master these 7 rules, you can consider yourself becoming really good at marketing your business. Alrighty, that being said, let's get straight into topic number 1. I like to keep the session really, really interactive. So if there's any comments, questions, please feel free to comment and engage with me, and I will get to them at the end of the session, because I want to go through all the content. So you're going, okay, bang, 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 delivering everything. I talk really fast. Now you will get a copy of this webinar because it's recorded. So those of you that are not on the call, you'll get a copy of it, and those of you who are on the call, you'll still get a copy of it. So take notes, and if you have a burning question, post it in the chat box and I'll get into it. Alrighty, so for the first topic, having a clear image of your target audience. Now, when I meet a lot of small business owners, especially in the startup phase, one of the things I hear often is, oh, I can help anybody. I'm about to pop that bubble. You cannot help everybody. You need to be really, really specific on your target audience. So you must know roughly their age, what sort of age category do they fall into, and their lifestyle. You need to know their pains, their frustrations, and their tipping point. Because if your business, and every business is about offering a solution to a problem that we are facing as individuals. So think about the people that are on the receiving end. When you think of marketing to your target audience, you sort of have to take off your business hat off and think about the consumer. So you must know whether they fall between 30 and 45. Do they fall between 40 and 55? Really being strategic and thinking about them. It's all about them when it comes to marketing, because if you don't think about them, I can tell you now, your marketing plans are not going to work. So looking at their pain point, what's bothering them, what are they looking for, and how is it that you can help them? What are they frustrated about, and what would make them tip over, meaning on an emotional level? Because somebody can say, oh, I would like to have this. For example, somebody might say, oh, I would love to drive a BMW. That does not necessarily mean that they're going to go out and buy a BMW. They might aspire to have that in 3 to 6 years, but their current situation might mean that they go buy, I don't know, a high-end car, but not as high as a BMW. So it might be something along of a Toyota, but on a high end. So instead of a 90 grand car, they might spend 40 or 50 grand, on a higher range Toyota. So really thinking about what is their tipping point, their emotional issues, their frustrations, and you must understand them. Now, I can't stress enough how important it is for you to understand them. Okay, because when you're writing marketing copy and planning your marketing, you need to understand them. That being said, we move on to our next topic, which is about being specific on what you're offering. Now, those of you that know me know that I love food, I love chocolate, so hence the reason why I just thought, well, it's quite appropriate to put something that each and every one of you on the call will actually recognize. Gloria Jean's various iced coffee flavors or drink flavors, if you want to call it that. Okay, so when you think of your audience, so now you've identified who you're servicing, what their pain points are, what their frustrations are. Then you think about, okay, what is it that I'm offering to this target audience? and how is it adding value. So the key point I want to get out of this topic is thinking about value and being specific. For example, let me paint you a picture. Let's say I'm in a shopping center, really tired after shopping around, a bit of retail therapy, really tired, and I walked into Gloria Jeans. I know that I'm going to get value for money. That $5 or $6 iced coffee or very vanilla drink that's on the image here, I know it's going to taste super delicious and it's going to refresh me. So there's the value factor, and it's good value for money. For $5 or $6, it's a great price point. And when I get there, they're very specific on what they have to offer. There's 3 different flavors. I need to pick one. There isn't a caramel mocha. There isn't a delicious strawberry flavor. It's a creme brulee, cookies and cream, and very vanilla. They're very specific on what they're offering, what's on the menu card. And you need to be specific, whether you are a coach of some sort, whether you offer multiple products. So products that maybe things like shampoo, maybe cosmetic products, maybe you might be selling tables, for all I know, because there's quite a few newbies on the call, as I said before. But being specific, what are the dimensions of what you're offering? What is the product, and how many variations do you serve to your clients? So in this case, with this option, they've got 3 drinks. So if you are, I know my personal trainer Tina's on the call. So with Tina, she's got 3 to 5 different services she offers, and there's a few of you. There's Kim on the call that does cakes as well, and a few others. So being specific on what you're offering, okay? And if you're offering a specific deal, when I purchase one of these drinks, you say, here's a free drink card when you spend $10 next time. So the offer is specific and an incentive for me to come along next time. Now, if you are running a business that is online, meaning you are driving traffic to your website, and you want them to click to download something, to buy something, or to inquire, you need to make it easy. Because let's face it, if I was on a website looking to buy a table, let's say an office table, as much as I'm browsing, when it comes to me inquiring about the dimensions, the price, what the delivery time frame is like, I want it to be really easy. If it's way too complicated and I'm clicking in and out, I'm out of there. That's me, and I know most of you on the call will probably agree. You want it to be easy and simple. So if you want it to be easy and simple, you want to think about offering the exact same experience for your consumers, okay? So make it easy to order, to buy, to download, and I've given you a few examples of call to action. So click here to buy, and you insert the name of what they're buying, or you mention click to download your free ebook if that's what you're using to attract clients and capture their details. Okay, that being said, moving on to the next one, a strategic plan for the duration of the campaign. Now, depending on what kind of marketing you've been exposed to, I work a little bit differently. As you could have told by now, I talk very fast and I'm straight to the point. Nothing fluffy about me. So I work from the back to the front when it comes to planning your marketing campaign. So start with, I map out the end result. What is your ideal outcome? What is your perfect turnover you want? How many clients do you want? So really thinking about the outcome, the end result first, okay? Then you start mapping it out and it all comes to the front end, which is here, and then you work out what is it that you need to do to make the end result happen. So here, the end result's here, and then the front of what you need to get started is here. So I've got networking. So depending on where you're at your business, if you're in that startup phase, I can't stress enough how much networking can really add value to your business. Building relationships offline first before you go online. You've got to do the legwork. You really need to get out there and start meeting people and mingling with people and building relationships. So that's why I put networking there. Then from there, we've gone on to online, Facebook ads, Google ads, various other platforms you can be marketing on: LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram ads run directly through Facebook. If that's that has been playing on your mind, yes, you do one ad for Facebook and Instagram, and it runs off that. And then at last but not least, old school style, and it still works, flyer drops do work. So direct response marketing. When I say flyer drops, I'm referring to direct response marketing, meaning flyer drops, the personalized letters, and we'll cover that a little bit further down in the track. So you've got your three main platforms. From the networking, you might tell people, I'm offering this free ebook, jump on my website to download it. Okay, so now when they come on through an online ad or through networking onto your website that you have given them, I would imagine that you would seriously think about capturing their leads. So meaning when I come onto your website, there's a little opt-in box where it captures a name, an email address, and there's an incentive for me to actually put my details down. So what's the lead magnet? It might be a free ebook, it might be a $20 voucher, it might be a free 20-minute session with you. Whatever it is that you're offering for free, it needs to be of value. So really, don't just say, oh, I'll get on the phone with you for 20 minutes, because if nobody knows you, they're not really interested in getting on the phone with you. Okay, how do I know that? Because when I first started, I thought that would be a good lead magnet because I can build relationships that way, and I can tell you it doesn't work. So don't waste your time trying to capture people's leads by purely just saying, let's have a quick 20-minute chat, because they don't know you from a bar of soap. Okay, so give them something of high value. For those of you that offer services, I would say give 30 minutes of your service. So if there's any personal trainers, martial arts, in the martial arts field, I think there's a few of you on the call, give them a free lesson, a free PT session, or a group workout session, something of that's of high value. Okay, rather than saying get on the phone and I will discuss what would be the best option for you, give them the opportunity to experience you and your environment and see how that transforms their way of thinking about you and building that relationship and trust. Now, if from networking, online ads, or flyer drop, you're taking them to a website to buy directly, then that's fine. But again, being strategic. Okay, so how many things are you selling on that website? Are they going to the specific landing page? So if you're doing a flyer on, let's say, we've got Valentine's Day coming up, but we've got Easter and various other public holidays. So if you're going to tie in with a public holiday, being specific on what that public holiday and how that offering relates to each other on the ad, through the networking event, on the flyer drop. And when you take them to a website, please do not take them to your homepage unless you're directly selling that item or that product on your homepage, because that is such a turn off for so many people. I don't want to go onto your homepage that blabs on and on and on about stuff that you sell, things that you do. No, you told me that I can buy a table, one of these great workstations for $99 or whatever it is. Take me directly to where this table is. Okay, so being specific, because this is where a lot of people go wrong. They go, oh, I've got a flashy website, I spent thousands of dollars, I'm going to take them to my homepage where I've got amazing photos of me. No, you have told them that they need to click here to buy something, take them to that. Okay, so from the click to buy, you've got your end results, you've got conversions happening. Now, if you are taking the other way around to capture leads, then you need to either get on the phone, offer them a free trial, or consider email marketing. I've not put that on here because that's a whole other segment on which I run workshops and events purely on email marketing, because that's a big a plan on its own, but it also takes a lot more planning. So you can't simplify the process just on this table because it'll be all too confusing. So really thinking about how it is, how you're actually going to add value when you get on the phone or when they come to the free trial. And if you're doing email marketing or you understand the concept of email marketing, you are adding value. You are not selling in get-go. Okay? You add value on the first or the second instance, and then you ask for the sale. So really being strategic there. And that would result in conversions. All right? Okay, moving on to the next. A budget for every campaign. Now, if you do have any questions, keep them coming. I will get onto them at the end of this segment. A budget for every campaign. Again, something that I see with people that are considering coming on board with me. They'll ask me, okay, Samantha, how much do you charge for a session? And I go, okay, this is how much it is, or this is how much the workshop is. And then they'll go, oh, great, because I've got X amount of dollars. And if I sit with you and we plan it all out, then over 3 months, I can get this moving. And I go, okay, yes, but what is your long-term plan? It's great that you want to invest with me and for me to help you. But what's your budget for 12 months? What's your budget for 6 months? Okay? Because if you are not allocating money for 6 or 12 months in marketing, you're going to crash and burn. That's just the truth. Okay? It doesn't have to be thousands of dollars, because when I first started, I actually didn't have thousands of dollars. I had quit a corporate job, got a payout, and I had invested on a coach that I was paying thousands of dollars. So I was paying him to help me grow my business. But I didn't have a lot of money to actually invest in marketing. So I had to be really smart with the way I planned my money that was sitting in the bank account. So it worked out that I went, okay, I've got X amount of dollars. I'm going to divide that by 12. Then go, okay, for the 12 months, let's say I've got, just this is hypothetical, this is not the exact amount. Let's say for the 12 months I had $12,000. Then I go, okay, for 6 months I've got $6,000, and for each month I've got $1,000. Now I can tell you now, it wasn't $1,000 a month for marketing. That was not what it was, but I just want you to get the concept around the numbers and how I budgeted it, okay? So have a 6 to 12 month budget and then break them into quarterly budgets before you start spending. So using the example before, so for the quarter, let's say I had $3,000. I would go, okay, now, how am I going to allocate this $3,000 strategically? We are not just throwing money away just because we've got money. We're being really smart with it, because I see way too many business owners, especially when I'm at networking events, that just keep networking but have no return on investment. So I'm very big on educating each and every one of you on how to be strategic with your money. Okay, now, we are talking budgets for a campaign. Now, if you are going to a networking event and you are planning on promoting whatever it is that you're doing, then that networking event, the lunch, the dinner, the coffee, needs to come out of that budget, because you are promoting that event or that workshop or that trial or that download, whatever it is that you're doing to get sales happening. So the networking cost needs to come into the equation. Okay, then you need to think about, are you printing any flyers? Do you have to pay a graphic artist, design, all that sort of thing? So I've just put flyers here for you. And then what platform are you using to generate these leads? So are you going to be running some Google ads? Are you going to do Facebook marketing? Are you going to be thinking about maybe something on LinkedIn? Maybe you might consider doing, I don't know, maybe something along the lines on a newspaper, promoting something. If you are serving things specifically your local community and you're targeting an older audience, meaning 70 plus, and you think they might not be on social media and Google, then maybe they might be looking at the newspaper, then you need to take that into the equation as well. Okay, so really thinking about where your money is going on a quarterly. And look, to be honest with you, there has been times where I have tipped from one quarter into the next just a little bit, but for good reason. So it's not like I've eaten up 3 months and then gone, oh, I'll go into the next quarter. I might have taken 200 or 300 from that into this, because the campaign was working. So I needed to pump a little bit more money into that, because I knew I'm generating more and more leads. There's a lot of traction. Okay, if I put an extra $200 or $300 into this campaign, I could possibly generate, 10 more clients, 10 more leads, which would generate more clients. So there has been times that I have gone into the other quarter, but strategically. In 3 months, if the campaign is not working, don't put any more money into it. That's just the bottom line, okay? So really thinking about it and being strategic. Can't stress enough, okay? Planning your marketing campaigns. This is my absolute favorite. Love doing it. Love seeing clients, their face light up. And I've actually got a few clients that are actually on this call that I've been pushing them, do this, do this, do this, and they've generated amazing results. So the process works, okay, whether I teach you through online, whether I come to you through a workshop, whether it's through a webinar, it definitely works. You just have to follow the process. It's all about taking action and sticking to it. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. You've got to stick it out, okay? Now, planning your marketing campaigns. Again, you start with the end result, which I've outlined to you here. Identify the offer. What is it that you're offering them? Okay. Sorry, I needed a sip of water there. What's your end result? What are you offering? Okay, so let's say we are offering a 6-month training program, an online training program. So you're offering a 6-month training program. Now you start mapping out the process. What is it that you need to do every single week over 3 or 6 weeks to build engagement, have the emails going out, maybe making calls, advertising, there might be tracking and tweaking of the ads, there might be online and offline marketing, there'll be networking that needs to be done, really mapping out the process. Now, why do I say that? Because if you map out a process, you know what you need to do every single week to make sure that your campaigns are running smoothly and your end result is achievable. Okay, nothing worse than you thinking you can wing it. Me, in this space that I've been, I still map out processes 3 to 4 weeks in advance. With bigger events, it might take 6 weeks. But if you're new to it, you might need to give yourself more time. Okay, so it's not about going, I think this is a great idea. I'm going to just offer this tomorrow to all my audience. I think they're really going to get on it. I can tell you there's going to be a very, very small percentage that will convert because you've not thought it through. You've not thought about the advertising. You've not thought about email marketing. Could you potentially do an SMS campaign? Could you call these people? What sort of traction are you going to build online? Okay. If you're not getting traction in that first week of advertising, what are you going to do to tweak it? So really thinking about all these things. So your campaigns need to be strategically planned 3 to 6 weeks. And if you're completely new, and as I said, there's quite a few new people on this call, so I don't know a lot about your businesses. If you've never done a marketing campaign before, give yourself 6 to 8 weeks at a minimum, okay? 1 week campaigns aren't going to work. I'm going to burst that bubble. I'm all about giving you facts that work because I've been there, done that, and I'd hate to see you getting, all frazzled and frustrated that things are not working and then thinking that your target audience is not responding. The last one is your headline. Now, I am all about catchy headlines, sexing it up a little bit. I'm even happy for it to be a bit controversial. I've had people commenting going, oh, Samantha, I don't know about that. That's a bit out there. But hey, they're talking about Samantha. They're talking about Platform for Success. So really looking at your headline, how are you making it stand out? Because if you're in business and you blend in with everybody, then you're really never going to grow to a business that really makes that difference in serving a bigger community. Okay, it's going to be a business that just generates money in your pocket and you feel good about it, but you're not really reaching out and offering your services to that bigger audience. So really think about a headline that is catchy and cool, funky maybe, whatever it is. Thinking about a really good headline. Your content. Now, when it comes to content with marketing, it needs to talk about, as I said to you in the first slide, it needs to be outlining pains, frustrations, and you need to be able to relate to them, okay? Now, if you are not writing copy that people can relate to, there's a very slim chance that they're going to go, tell me more, because they're not engaging with you. It's just a direct sales pitch, okay? So your content needs to talk about pain points, frustrations, and you need to give them a call to action, okay? So once you give them a call to action, That's when from a call to action, they come in here to this green segment of this funnel. So they become a target audience that you could possibly generate a lead, meaning you can generate their name, their email address, their mobile number. So they become, you generate a lead. Okay. Now, once they've come into this funnel and you've generated a lead from this call to action, you need to engage with them. You need to nurture them, okay? And this could be through emails, this could be through webinars, through videos. If you're somebody that is into blogging, sending them various blogs, maybe inspirational quotes, little tips and tricks, 30-second a 30-second tip via SMS, via email, whatever it is, a 5-minute workout. I know there's a few people in the fitness industry that's on this call, so it might be a 5-minute, get your heart rate going and your blood pumping, really engaging with them but nurturing them, okay? Because an individual that is nurtured is a lot more likely to buy than somebody that you've gone in with a hard sell. Okay, again, how do I know this? Because I've tested them both. Okay, so really thinking about how are you engaging with your audience, and you need to be engaging with them at least once a fortnight. Now, I know with some industries they do it once a month, but I am big on engaging with my audience every single week. Every single week, if you're one of my clients and on this call, you get an email from me. It might be something to do with marketing. Otherwise, I might just share with you a personal aha moment. Whatever it is, I'm engaging with you and building relationship. Okay, the selling comes after that. Now, once you have engaged with them, now you offer them a high value item at a really good price point. So you can convert the lead into a paying customer. So the blue part is where they actually convert. Now, to convert them, there are various ways where you could be email marketing and giving them a link to buy now, similar to what I mentioned in the first slide, where you say, click here to buy now, or click here to book in a session with me, and it's at a discounted price. Whatever it is that you might be doing, you do that through email marketing, through SMS. Also, if you are thinking about running Google ads and Facebook ads, there's a way that you can actually, this is sort of quite an in-depth topic that I talk at workshops, and more sort of where you've got me in front of the room, and I sort of can really dissect it in detail. But you can actually pixelate them. So meaning if they have visited your website or they've clicked on one of your Facebook ads, they are going to keep seeing your ads over and over again. Now, if you have been paying attention to your Facebook page over the last few months, you might have noticed if you've ever been on a website like maybe Maya, maybe Expedia to book holidays, any Groupon sites, Harris Scarf, David Jones maybe. If you have looked at a specific item, let's say you looked at a household item, maybe let's say a coffee machine, you will start to notice that when you log onto Facebook, you will keep seeing this awesome deal for coffee machine, this specific coffee machine coming up on your newsfeed. Okay, so that means that you've actually been pixelated, and that's why you're seeing that coffee machine appearing on your newsfeed over and over again. But as I said, that's a whole other segment that I cover off in live events with with groups of people anywhere between 5 to about 12 people in the room. I don't do anything more than that because it's a whole other forte of marketing when you talk about retargeting, email marketing. Okay, that being said, making sure we're sticking to our time frame, we're moving on to the next one, which is having a tracking system to measure your ROI. ROI stands for return on investment. Now, being a small business owner myself, and I would assume most of you are in that phase that is on this call, when you invest money, you want to see a return on it. We are not big businesses like Maya and David Jones that can put $20,000, $30,000 to have something plastered on a billboard. For example, let me give you an example. Let's say I paid $20,000 to ABC company to have this awesome billboard smacked somewhere, let's say on the Monash Freeway, saying if you would like something along the lines of marketing help for small business owners, platform for success, and there's a picture of me, you don't know who the hell I am. You are not going to buy from me. You are not going to take that call to action. You are not even probably going to jump on my website because you don't know me. But if you see Maya and you see Jennifer Hawkins, where you have recognized her as the ambassador for Maya for the Spring Racing Carnival, it remains at the top of your mind. Okay, so for Maya and David Jones and companies like Toyota, Honda, um, Audi, supermarkets like Safeway, Coles, IGA, for them investing money on brand awareness works because people already recognize it. But for little ones like us that play in a whole other playing field, it's about getting a return on investment within 6 to 12 months. Okay, so whatever it is that I do and whatever it is that I teach you, whether you are one of my one-on-one clients, you've come to a workshop, you've been on a webinar like this, it's all about getting a return on your investment. Okay, so one thing that I ask you to think about is if you are investing $100, are you tracking it? So let's say you are running a workshop. Okay, let's paint the picture here. You're running a workshop in March. Okay, let's say on the 30th of March, and you've got $100 to spend to get 10 people in the room. Okay, so roughly $10. It's going to cost you about $10 to convert somebody to come to the event, and they're going to buy a ticket, let's say, for $50, give or take. Okay, so you go to a networking event with some flyers, and you might be running some Facebook ads as well. So you have currently 2 campaigns happening, okay, to make sure that you are filling the room in March for your workshop. Now, as the ticket sales come through, you can see that there's some traction on Facebook. The ads people are clicking and people are buying. Great, because Facebook gives you back-end analytics, so you can actually see the conversions, the frequency, all that sort of thing you can see on Facebook. Now, if you're handing out flyers at a networking event, and let's say you go to 3 or 4 networking events in the lead up to this event, how are you going to know which networking event worked really well? Because you have handed out 10 flyers at each networking event, so you've given a total of 40. Now, from Facebook, you can see that you have had 5 ticket sales, but the other 20 ticket sales, you don't know exactly where they're from. I mean, they're not from Facebook because you can't, it's not adding up. So either it's from networking or word of mouth, whatever it is. Now, how it works is when you meet these people, it's a simple question. How did you find us? How did you hear about the workshop? Simple tracking, most effective. Now, what if we said before in this example, a hypothetical scenario, you've given out 40 flyers and you've got 20 people that you can't account for how they're in the room. What if they tell you, oh, Samantha, I came to your event because I got one of my friends picked up your flyer at a networking event and she said it was networking event ABC. Oh, great. Now I'm constantly hearing that networking, a lot of people that have come to the event have come along with a friend from ABC networking. Okay, but nobody has really mentioned the other two. 1 or 2 mentioned, the other networking, but I'm only from the 20 that came, 15 have come from ABC networking, and then the others have just scattered through. Okay, now my tracking is in place. What do you think that means? That means that me investing more money in ABC networking, and maybe if they're a membership-based networking event, I may be possibly become a member of that network because clearly that's where my target audience is. I'm causing enough traction in there while adding value to this group. So really look at where your clients are coming from. They might be coming through referrals, word of mouth, networking event attendees, which I covered through in the example before, online. So if you're running Facebook ads or Google ads, you'll be able to track that. So if you're running Google ads, and that is something that I sit with clients for, we help you run Google ads, and we actually manage the entire campaign for you. So we'll be able to tell you how many people clicked, what the conversion price point is, how much it costs you to generate that client, all that sort of thing. So with Google ads and Facebook ads, that's something that I look after for clients. I educate you, I show you how to do the back end. And those two platforms actually give you the stats. So it's a lot of the hard work is done for you. But if you are getting clients through word of mouth, networking, and flyer drops, then you need to be asking the question, how did you find us? And if somebody is actually, if your business works where the call to action is call 1300 and you've got a 1300 number or your mobile number, you need to be making sure that you're asking them, how did you find us? Oh, I was on your website. Okay, how did you stumble upon our website? Oh, well, I Googled it and you came up. Okay, great. So then you know if you're not running Google ads and they stumbled upon your website, either you've done really well on your online presence on Google, okay, or you've got really good SEO, so search engine optimization, so keywords that you've used on your website that is bringing your web page on page number 1 on Google. So again, stressing, really think about how it is that these clients are finding you and tracking them down. Because if you're getting a lot through referrals and word of mouth, you want to be rewarding the people that are talking about you. Okay? If people are saying, oh, she's amazing at what she does, reward them. Because if not, you'd be spending hundreds of dollars on marketing through a platform. But if you've got 25 people talking about them, maybe at Christmas, send them a voucher, send them a gift, a hamper, whatever it is that you want to do, reward these people because they're doing the marketing for you, okay? So really looking at your ROI, and ideally you want to get an ROI within 12 months of whatever it is that you've invested. Moving on to the next one. We're sort of at the last one, which is great. So we're running right on schedule. Choosing your marketing vehicle. Okay, now this is a big one, and this is where a lot of people crumble and burn and money gets lost and everything goes out the door. Now, as I said to you before, at the start of this webinar, I told you to think about your target market. Yes, I told you to really focus on looking at their pain points, their lifestyles, their age groups, and really understanding where they're coming from. So walking in their shoes, taking off your business, that business mindset of, oh, I'm going to do this, this, and this, walking their path. Now, once you walk their path, you will be able to understand which platforms are they on. Are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram? Are they on Google? Are they most likely to respond to direct marketing, meaning the flyers, the promotions that you get in your letterbox? Okay, so these are the ones that you get with your magazines, which are done by like Safeway, Safeway, Target, Kohl's, that sort of thing, and you get these little cool little envelopes with things in there saying these little vouchers that you can claim, like steam cleaning your carpets, mowing your lawn, all that sort of thing. But then you get these really standout, knockout, one-page flyers, and that's what I teach people to do. I go, you could sit there and put it in an envelope, because that works. I've got clients that have probably spent about $2,000 on doing campaigns through an envelope, and it has generated them probably about $10,000 over a 6 to 9 month period. So it was not straight away, $1,000 investment for printing and getting a company to deliver it into the letterbox, and generated them by the thousands. But it took about 9 months. So you've got to give yourself time. So really thinking about that, okay? Then, depending on if you are servicing a large portion of Melbourne, so if you're running a coaching business that you can actually service various locations, maybe radio advertising, okay? That's something to think about, but that comes with a different price tag altogether. So if you're looking at price tags, Facebook and Instagram are probably on the low end because you can run a campaign for under $150 on Facebook, okay, in a fortnight, or maybe even in a 3-week period, depending on what your budget is. With Google Ads, it works a little bit differently. You're probably looking at maybe about 150 to 250 and above if you really want to get that traction happening and getting more people clicking and really optimizing your ads. So that's sort of roughly the budget that you're looking at. With direct mail, obviously there is the designing part, the printing part, and then there's companies that actually do this for you. Otherwise, you can actually go into Australia Post, and Australia Post actually, I can't remember how much it costs, but you tell them which area you want it delivered to, and they will tell you how much it will cost. And the postman, when he drops your mail, he'll slide your, not so much a flyer, it would have to be a little bit thicker than a flyer because they don't do really the flyer. I don't know whether that has changed in the last few months, but probably going back 4 or 5 months ago, they didn't do the flyers. It had to be in an envelope or hard postcards sort of style thing where they'd slide it in. The Australia postcard would just slide it in with your mail, okay? And then there's obviously big companies like Myer, David Jones, and good old Domino's that consider looking at car wrapping, okay? Now, I want you, I know I've put this bus here of, mentioning something, and this is something, having advertising and marketing done on public transport works. It definitely works, but you need to know whether that's what you need to be doing for your business. Because if you're a newbie starting up, I can tell you now, it's either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google Ads, direct marketing, or the radio where you can give a call to action. Car wrapping is great, but you need to be strategic. Now, if you were, let's say you just put the word Jack's Pizza 1300 111 111. Like, I know it says Jack's Pizza and you're driving around Melbourne, but is Jack's Pizza all around Melbourne? Because if you're only servicing the northern suburbs of Victoria, then, and your car, I see your car in, let's say, I don't know, near Chadston, well, I might see a juicy pizza on your car and it says Jack's Pizza, call 1300 111 111. You're not going to bring a pizza from the northern suburbs to Chadston, okay? So car wrapping is good, but you need to be strategic. And if your brand is only servicing a specific area, then make sure that your car wrapping has that, okay? And don't focus on the business name. Focus on the problem you're solving. So many times I see something that makes me not so much laugh, but makes me more just a little bit frustrated because I know they've spent a lot of money to get their car up because it costs a few hundred to up to a few thousand depending on how much wrapping you decide to do on your car. Okay, and there are people all across Victoria that various different companies that do it. So you can get the small stick or you can get the entire car wrap similar to this Domino's car that focus on putting their business name. Okay, again, I'm about to burst your bubble. Your business name means nothing to me because I don't know your business unless you tell me what problem you're solving. A big company like Domino's, Pizza Hut, real estate agents, they can do that because we all know them. But if your business is not Melbourne-wide or Australia-wide, put the problem that you're solving. Okay, so if you're a personal trainer, talk about the two frustrations or your two target markets on the car. Are you a mom looking to lose weight? Then put your business name and the website. So the font of "Are you a mama trying to lose weight" needs to be the biggest font there, because then if I'm the mom behind you at the traffic lights, I go, oh, that's me. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that's the website. I need to go check it out. Or that's the mobile number. Or that's the 1300 number. If you just put your brand name that might have nothing to do, that would not outline that you're targeting mums that are looking to lose the last 10 kilos, I just go, oh, you're just another PT. That's what it comes down to. If you are a local bakery, put what you're selling, gourmet tarts, organic cakes, whatever it is, raw foods, put that and then put your business name. Okay, so really being strategic. If you are thinking of doing car wrapping on your car, being strategic and then having the website and your mobile and 1300 number. Don't do it the other way around, because I'd hate to see you on this call and then see a client go, oh no, are you paying attention to, you being on the call and what I said? So really being strategic. Now, that being said, we're right on schedule. We've got 10 minutes of Q&As that I'm going to take from each and every one of you. But before we get into Q&As, I have something for you. So if you found this call really, really valuable today, I have an offer for each and every one of you on the call. Let's work together. So I'm offering you a personal 20-minute business booster call where I will get on the phone with you personally over the next 5 days. So either tomorrow, Friday, or sometime next week for 20 minutes, and I will give you one marketing strategy. So I will listen to what you have to say and give you a strategy to boost your marketing, okay? Plus, you get a ticket to one of my live events happening. So I've got 3 events happening in this quarter, and I've outlined them there for you. There's one happening on the 24th of March, which is called Power Up Your Marketing. So we talk about directly marketing, a lot more in depth on this, and really digging deep into really strategically planning which platform you're going to use for marketing and how you're going to get those clients engaging with you and buying from you. So Power Up Your Marketing runs in 2 locations. On the 24th of Feb in Narre Warren at 10 a.m. So those of you that are on the southeastern of Melbourne, it's not far from Westfield Fountain Gate, if you know where that is. Otherwise, you've got the 8th of March, which is the same segment, and it's running in the evening. So if you are working part-time in your business and work part-time as well, this might be a bit more convenient to you. It's running in Doncaster. I've got their St Kilda because I was tossing between the 2 venues, but it's running in Doncaster at Quest Doncaster. So it's just off the Eastern Freeway for those of you on that side that are on this call. And then on the 10th of March, I'm running Marketing Formula Intensive. It's about a 3.5-hour intense workshop which talks about Facebook for your business, and that's running at Quest Doncaster. So it's a high intense workshop where you need to bring an iPad or preferably a laptop, because I will get you to go into the back end of your Facebook and we'll create your ads, look at your lead magnets, how are you going to take them, how are you going to target them, what your call to action is, and it's really an intense workshop. Whereas the other 2 cover Facebook, Google, and we look at the big picture and mapping, but the Marketing Formula Intensive is full on, hands down, 3.5-hour intense workshop. So you have the option of any of these tickets. If you have already bought a ticket to the event, I have a deal for you. You just need to comment, say, Samantha, I already have a ticket, and I will tell you what the deal is. For those of you that have not worked with me before, I'd love to engage with you on a personal level. So you've got the 20-minute call with me personally and a ticket to any of these workshops. The total value is over $110, but for today only it's $49. I will put the link in the chat box. All you need to do is click it and buy your ticket, and then you just let me know which event you want to come along to, and I will send you all the details and also some times to have a chat. That being said, it's time for Q&As. So let's get into it. Tell me what sort of questions you have. I'd love to engage with you and tell you, show you more of what I can do. So throw your questions at me and I will answer them for you now. Okay, so did that work? Sure. Let me just give you the link. There you go. That's the PayPal link to buy the ticket. And now I'm just going to go through all the questions that have been asked. Okay, so let's get into it. Doing marketing. Okay. So there's a question here from Tina, and she says, how often do you promote an offer during a marketing campaign? Tina, if you're talking about promotion through just using Facebook groups, your personal page and your business page, you need to be doing that at least twice or thrice a week. Okay, so if you're a part of about 3 or 4 Facebook groups, look at the groups when you can promote your offer and promote it in there. And if you can promote, do that consistently, you will start to see some traction. Now, a little tip, if you are going to be engaging in a group and you want to promote something, don't promote in the first hit because people have never seen you. So do an educational pitch first, something of value, maybe share a quote, maybe share a tip, and then the next week promote. Because there's nothing worse than somebody seeing you as a newbie on the group and you're just selling from get-go, okay? I've got, hi Sam, when you do your marketing courses, do you explain the back end of Facebook advertising? Yes, I do. So if you're at one of the workshop, which is in March, I will cover the back end of Facebook. Okay, so how it works, how you need to pick target audiences, all that sort of thing is done in the 3.5-hour Facebook workshop. So if that is something you're after, I've given you the link, click on there. And then we've got Elizabeth in advertising section of my professional Facebook page. As in the advertising. Yeah, so if you are advertising on your Facebook page, that's fine, but you need to be strategic. So not just advertising, you want to give them a call to action because I know there's Jessica that's on the call that has asked me saying, you know, I put a lot of promotional materials on my Facebook business page, but I'm not getting anything out of it. The reason is, Jessica, if you are just selling constantly on your Facebook page and just going, oh, look at me, look at me, look at me, buy, 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 people are turned off. Think about it. If you were following somebody's page, it would be just too confronting to constantly constantly seeing a sales pitch. So what I tell people is, and if you have liked my Facebook page, it's Platform for Success with the new rank number 4, you'll see that I talk about the events that I go to. I will talk about things that happen in my life. Sometimes I'll share a personal pitch. And then I will throw in, hey guys, I'm running a free webinar. Click here to be on the call. Or I might say, upcoming workshop, click here to book your tickets now. So I have nurtured you. I have engaged with you. You have built relationship. You've seen that I'm constantly there. I'm there every single week engaging with you on Facebook. I'm not somebody that phases in and out because it's all about consistency. No matter what platform you're using, you want to be engaging with them weekly. So adding value, and this could mean that it's just a 30-second little video. It's a little inspirational quote. It's something that gets people moving. Okay, so really, really being strategic. I've got Rosario asking, what do you think of a launch party for a new business? Great idea, but you want to cause a bit of traction. So if you want to do a launch party and let's say you want to have 10 to 12 people come into this launch party and you want to talk about, I know where you're going with this. So you want them to see what you do, experience that because the business is running out of, because you're an interior decorator, you want people to get that feeling. You want to talk about the pain points first. You know, are you struggling to really come up with creative ideas for your home? Come along for a glass of champagne and give it a fun element rather than selling. So a launch party is really good, but giving it a fun element to before you're selling. Okay, so I hope I answered that question. And you need to be building traction. So if you want to do the launch party in March or April, you need to get on to building some traction now rather than going all the parties in 2 weeks and expect to have 12 people. Okay, so think about that, Rosaria. And okay, so for the workshops in March, the one at Quest, which is talking about Facebook, let me just show you this. Oh, it's not actually on the screen, but it's 10 o'clock at Quest Doncaster. So the morning workshops run from 10 a.m. The evening workshops at 6:30. So Power Up Your Marketing, which is running in, gone blank now, in February in Mary Warren is from 10 to 12. Okay, and then the next one in March, which is Power Up Your Marketing again, is at Quest Doncaster. It runs from 6:30 to 8:30. So it gives you ample time to have dinner. You know, if you've got a young family, sort them out and get to Doncaster. And then the Facebook one, which is an intensive 3.5-hour workshop, There's light refreshments, tea and coffee, and it's hands-on. Let's get this done. That's on the 10th of March at Quest Doncaster, and it runs from 10 to 1:30. Okay, so if you do have kids, you still can do school drop-off and pick up, and it works really well. I've sent you the link. Click on the link. If you've already bought a ticket, because being the marketer I am, I've obviously been promoting these events through Facebook, through my database. You would have seen it, and I know some of you might have secured your tickets because I've not gone through everybody on the list here. I have a special deal for you on a mastermind program that I'm running. So if you've already purchased the ticket, you just need to comment and I will send you through the details. Okay, and then I've got Kalpana. What's the best way to launch your new business? Yep, Kalpana. So with Kalpana's business, she is a personal it's a personalized travel service for for each and every one of you that's curious to know how she wants to launch it. Kalpana, get out and start networking. Okay, it takes a lot. It's a lot of footwork, but once you start networking and building offline relationships, you will find that people will start to trust you and they'll be able to relate to you. So when they hear you talking about frustrations that people have with using Flight Center or Expedia and how they can have a personalized service with you, that relationship will only be nurtured and will really grow through networking. So those of you that are just starting up, about to launch, ready to go, let's do this, let's make 2016 my best year yet. My first piece of advice is, before you invest any big marketing to actually driving traffic to a website or your Facebook page, get out there and start networking. And there's plenty of networking events happening all across Melbourne. Okay, so if you want networking events and my recommendations, just Facebook me or send me a text or an email, Samantha at platformforsuccess.com. I'll put my details in here again, and then and the cost of the 3-hour workshop. Yep, it's $49, Elizabeth, and you will get a ticket to the Facebook event or Power Up, whichever one you want to come along to, and you get a 20-minute call. So for $49, you are getting a ticket to the event plus a 20-minute call with me, and it will be personalized. So you will tell me what you want to do in your business, and I will give you one strategy. Okay, let's go through the next set of questions. Sign me up, says Wendy. Love to come to the 24th in Feb, Nari Warren workshop, says great, Rosario, I'll send you a link. And also, great. Yep, so if you want to do the call, just telling you about the deal again. It's $49. You get a ticket to any of the events that you want to come along to. So the 24th of Feb in Nari Warren, okay, which is near Fountain Gate Shopping Centre, or you can come to the 8th of March at Quest Doncaster, or you can come to the Facebook Intensive, which is happening at Quest Doncaster. Okay, I will send you all the details. Okay, so if you want to come to the Facebook workshop and the other one, I will send you a special price. If you want to come to 2 workshops and the call, Rosaria, I'll send you a special price for that. I love these action takers all stepping it up. And then I have got, oh, hang on, I missed the question. If you want to come to multiple events, you just need to comment and I will actually send you a special price. Okay, so 49 was to cover one event and the booster call. And if you want to come to the other event, I will send you a special price. Okay, so I'll send you that via email. One more question before I wrap this up, just so I'm mindful of the time and I want to respect each and every one of you on the call. Last question, what do you think about advertising in newspapers? Okay, I don't know the business model. If you can tell me what the business model is. Okay, so we've got Michelle that, okay, so Michelle runs, is it a franchise-based cleaning business, Michelle, or is it your own? Okay, so it's cleaning and housekeeping within the city of Casey, which is my local council. Okay, yep, so Michelle, Michelle runs, it's privately owned, but it's a family business. They do cleaning and housekeeping. within the city of Casey. She wants to know whether she should be advertising in the local paper, like meaning the local leader, I'm guessing, or the Save magazine. There's this magazine which I think runs across all of Victoria. It's like a magazine with coupons. Look, it's good if you want to try it out, but you need to be strategic. So if you're really giving a really good offer in there, so something like cleaning your house for 3 hours, don't pay this much, pay this much, and it's of high value, you will see some traction. But you've got to bear in mind that you've got to have a compelling headline, really good content, and a really good call to action. What I said in that very first slide. Okay, so really being strategic, and it would work. How do I know that it would work? I have had people that run lawn mowing businesses, bakers, and party planners use that system of marketing. They've got, they've got a return on investment, but it took running it for a long period of time. So it was not like you invest in it, just do, oh, I'll just do 2 print runs and then call it a day. No, no, no. You need to commit to running that print run for at least 3 to 6 to 9 months for you to start seeing that, return on investment happening, because now people are seeing your ad every single week in the Save magazine or every single week in the Leader, whatever it is, that they're building trust and rapport with you. And I personally have actually bought a few services, I should say, when I wanted my gutters cleaned, my windows cleaned, carpets dry cleaned. I've actually used those magazine discount coupons, because I'm very big on helping small businesses grow, because we've all got to help each other. Okay, well, that being said, thank you so much for your time. I will send each and every one of you a copy of this call, so you will have the slides and also the offer. To those of you that asked me about coming to 2 events, I will send you the special price and the link to buy as well. That being said, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it. Have an awesome day. And if you're in the southeast of Melbourne, stay out of the rain, because it's raining around me here. Um, Thank you so much, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.